Are you feeling overwhelmed by the daily grind, questioning where to find a purpose that truly resonates with your soul? What if the key to a fulfilling life isn't in incessant action, but in attentive stillness? In a world saturated with noise and demands, many find themselves exhausted, drifting aimlessly in a constant search for meaning. A fundamental truth, often forgotten in the margins of our routines, whispers that true fulfillment lies in a space of serenity and devotion. This quest for deeper meaning is not a recent phenomenon. Throughout history, individuals from all walks of life, especially women, have found refuge, strength, and unwavering purpose in profound spiritual connections. This call to something greater echoes through the ages, touching those who feel the need to transcend the ordinary. In this video, we will delve into the profound lessons of Martha and Mary, exploring how priority and devotion can guide us. This is not about a magic formula or a quick fix, but rather a journey of understanding how to cultivate serenity and find meaning, even amidst the most intense chaos. Understanding the dynamic between these two sisters is just the starting point. What truly matters is how we can translate their experiences into our own hearts, discovering where our devotion should rest to achieve the genuine peace we so deeply desire. The narrative unfolds in a familiar setting, a modest home that serves as the stage for the dramas and joys of everyday life, where tasks accumulate. Martha, in her tireless diligence, embodies the energy focused on immediate practical needs. She's always busy, on the move, serving, providing, ensuring everything is in order. Mary, on the other hand, seems immersed in her own universe, sitting serenely at the Master's feet, absorbing every word with deep attention. Her stillness vividly contrasts with her sister's frenzy, a behavior that, at first glance, might seem strange, inert, or even negligent to those who prioritize action. This dichotomy between action and contemplation is at the heart of the matter. Martha is concerned with operational details, with the appearance of things, with physical and material well-being. She operates under a logic of urgent necessity, a vicious cycle that often consumes us in our own daily routines. Jesus, the master in question, observes this dynamic with a gaze of profound understanding and compassion. He does not disdain Martha's hard work, recognizing its importance and dedication. He perceives and values a different, perhaps deeper and more essential dimension in Mary's attitude, which deviates from the common, the predictable, to seek something more fundamental. The lessons of priority and devotion from Martha and Mary begin to unfold precisely in this contrast. The apparent uselessness of Mary's action, in the eyes of those who value only tangible productivity, challenges the common perception of what is truly valuable. It invites us to question our own priorities and redefine what we consider productive. Jesus, in addressing Martha, makes a statement that is both powerful and disturbing to a purely practical logic. Martha, Martha, you are worried and troubled about many things, but only one thing is necessary. This sentence is the lesson, the focal point that illuminates the entire teaching. He does not condemn Martha's work, the service she provides. On the contrary, he points to a disproportion in her concerns. Service, while intrinsically important and necessary, can become an end in itself, obscuring the source of all purpose and vital force that Mary seemed to have found in her stillness. The good portion that Mary chose is not the absence of action, but rather the conscious choice to prioritize deep connection, attentive listening, and spiritual learning. It is a direct investment in being, in nurturing the soul, which in turn gives meaning and purpose to all other activities we undertake. This choice of Mary's is not an act of laziness or escape from reality. It is, in fact, an act of profound spiritual wisdom. In an era where productivity and efficiency dictate an individual's worth, her stance powerfully reminds us that there are times when stopping and listening is the most productive and transformative action we can take. The lessons of Martha and Mary show us that true service and genuine purpose are born from a heart nurtured by stillness and connection, not merely from busy hands. Priority therefore becomes clear. That which nourishes our inner connection, that strengthens our essence, is what is fundamental. How can we then, in our increasingly hectic and demanding lives, incorporate this transformative wisdom? The key lies in recognizing the moments when too much becomes an obstacle to what is necessary. This requires honest, gentle, and non-judgmental self-analysis. We can begin by designating small windows of time for contemplation and stillness. It is not necessary to embark on a retreat for days or weeks. A few minutes daily for sincere prayer, deep meditation, or simply being in silence, listening to the subtle voice within, is enough. Try to set aside 5 minutes of silence before getting out of bed in the morning, just to breathe and connect with yourself. Introduce a 2-minute pause for deep breathing between meetings, a moment to reset. Disconnect from your phone for 15 minutes before bed to read a book, write in a journal, or simply relax your mind. Find a moment, however brief, to sit in silence and contemplate before starting your tasks. Or set aside time to simply observe the world around you, without the pressure to create, just absorbing. What Mary chose is an invaluable treasure. It is the wisdom of investing in the source, of nurturing the soul so that it can, with renewed vigor and clarity, handle the demands and challenges of life. It is an act of self-compassion that reverberates positively in everything we do. This pursuit of the good portion does not diminish the importance of daily responsibilities or the work we do. On the contrary, when the spirit is nourished and strengthened, the way we approach everyday tasks changes radically. They become less of a heavy burden and more of a natural expression of a greater, deeper purpose. By internalizing the lessons of Martha and Mary on priority and devotion, we discover that our capacity to serve others and to love is amplified when our own spiritual cup is overflowing. This reminds us of the vital importance of intimacy with the divine and with ourselves. Mary's choice is a bold invitation to reevaluate our own schedules and priorities. In a world that incessantly values constant activity and apparent productivity, choosing stillness and devotion may seem counterintuitive, but it is a deeply rewarding and sustainable path. Let us consider this a long-term investment in our spiritual, emotional, and mental well-being. Martha's concerns are undoubtedly valid and necessary in many aspects. However, without the solid foundation that Mary sought, they risk becoming overwhelming burdens and sources of anxiety. The intrinsic beauty of these lessons for Martha and Mary on priority and devotion lies in their universal applicability. No matter your life situation, there is always room to seek and choose the good portion, the moment of deep connection that revitalizes us and reconnects us with what is essential. If you are feeling overwhelmed by daily demands, perhaps it is opportune to pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what is my good portion today? Listen to the soft whisper that invites you to move away from external noise and approach the essential, the source of all strength, purpose, and inner peace. May this reflection inspire you to find your own balance, to choose depth over superficiality, and to experience lasting peace by prioritizing what is truly eternal in your life's journey. True mastery lies in knowing when to serve diligently and with love, and when to listen attentively, when to act with purpose, and when to simply be in complete presence. The depth of Martha and Mary's lessons on priority and devotion invites us to a continuous inner dialogue. What in your life is demanding your excessive attention, perhaps disproportionately, and what silently calls for your presence, your attention, and your deepest devotion? If this message resonated in your heart and mind, consider sharing your own reflections in the comments below. Your unique perspective enriches our community, strengthens the faith and purpose we seek to build together in a genuine spirit of sharing, growth, and mutual support. Share this video with someone you know who needs a gentle reminder to find peace and stillness and prioritize what truly matters. We conclude with the sincere hope that the pursuit of the good portion becomes a luminous beacon in your days, guiding you to a deeper purpose, unwavering peace, and a more fulfilling life, nurtured by transformative stillness and sincere devotion.